All three of these artists are dealing with identity, self, race, culture, politics, and doing it in different ways, but really showing a feminist viewpoint. Pinky has dealt with some issues of health in her life, and that is reflected in her work. Pinky is the one of the three artists who really is blending together very current kind of ideas of photography and mixing in stitching and embroidery and sewing into the work. These are representative of some of Pinky's work. Pinky's work is, as I said, dealing with identity, but particularly with life and aging and death, and what a personal experience that is, obviously for everyone. And she has shown that in her work here. There are references to personal experiences in her life, and with herself and her family, with her sister, and those are shown and expressed in the work. It's very, very personal, but I think it speaks to the relationship that we all have with ourselves and with our family and our loved ones in that whole process of aging and passing. Okay, I'm here in front of some work done by Pinky Bass. I want to kind of show that these three artists are so wildly different, and the work that they create is very, very, very different. But they are all using materials and practices that kind of overlap. So in Pinky's pieces over here, she has basically taken a photograph in a couple cases, and she has embroidered over top of that photograph, basically exposing herself and the idea of health and aging and that whole process. So the embroidery that you see here, which you will also see in a later part of this video of Ruth Miller, who does embroidery exclusively, and it's a very, very different kind of end result. But you can kind of see in all of these that embroidery has been used as part of the process in creating the finished piece. I hate with Pinky, as with basically any artist, I hate trying to put my words into their work because there's so much more that they can articulate about what they're doing, what they're trying to express, and also the materials that they're using. But I'd like to give at least a little window into some of what this exhibition is all about. So anyway, this piece here to my left is a crocheted cape, for the best way to describe it, a crocheted piece that Pinky wore. And the photographs over here to the right are actually photo images of Pinky in this cape type piece with the crown. So front and back, and then kind of like a ghostly image in the middle, which is a negative photograph. So we are using the chair. Obviously Pinky can't stand here for days and months on end for the exhibition. So we're kind of using the chair as basically a representative of her. So that's kind of what we have going on here. But, and then everything behind me is also Pinky. She crosses so many different mediums in her work, as I said, from photographs to stitching, to sewing, crocheting. There's just so much that Pinky does that it's almost impossible to put into a short little video. But hopefully this gives you a little window into what the exhibition is all about.